Hi friends, welcome to our channel. In this video series, we will be covering general and basic concepts of geography which will be asked for UPSC, NDA, SSC, RRB, Civil Service, CDS and other competitive exams. If you haven't joined our Telegram channel yet, please join. We will be providing all the study materials in the group and do check out our page on Instagram. For your queries and doubts, DM on Instagram page. In this video, we will be covering the geomorphic processes. So what are the geomorphic processes? They are the processes that brings changes to the Earth's surface. These processes are controlled by mainly two types of forces, endogenic forces and exogenic forces. The word endo means from inside and the word exo means from outside. That says itself that endogenic forces originate from within the Earth's surface and exogenic forces originate from outside the Earth's surface, from the atmosphere. The endogenic forces create relief features on the surface of the Earth and hence are called constructive forces. On the other hand, exogenic forces are called destructional forces because they result in destruction of the landforms through erosion and weathering. Endogenic forces are driven by convection currents in the mantle caused from Earth's internal heat, whereas exogenic forces are mainly driven by solar energy from the atmosphere. Another difference is that the after effects of endogenic forces are visible after a sudden event, whereas the after effects of the exogenic forces can only be seen after a long time, about thousands or even millions of years. It is a very slow process. Now we know what are endogenic and exogenic forces and the difference between them. Let's see their classification. We know that the geomorphic forces are divided into endogenic and exogenic forces as said before. The endogenic forces are further divided into two. They are diastrophic forces and sudden forces. Diastrophic forces are the vertical and horizontal movements inside the Earth that affect the globe on a large scale and produces relief features like mountains, plateaus, plains, falls, etc. These forces are very slow and takes thousands of years to be recognized. The diastrophic forces are again subdivided into two, orogenic movements and eperogenic movements. Orogenic movements are caused due to horizontal forces which leads to bending of crust and formation of walls and mountains. The word oro means mountain, hence orogenic movements create mountains. On the other hand, eperogenic movements create continents. The word epero means continent. These are vertical movements that causes emergence and submergence of continental masses. Continents emerge via upward movement and submerge through downward movement. So these are the main diastrophic forces. All these, as said before, are slow and takes a long period of time to happen. Now let's look at sudden forces. These are rapid and causes quick movements on Earth's surface whose results can observed within minutes. Such sudden and rapid events cause huge amount of destruction on Earth and unpopulated areas can become disasters. Earthquake and volcanic eruption are the main examples of sudden forces. They are also called extreme events. Now that we discussed about endogenic forces which consist of diastrophic and sudden movements, let's look at exogenic forces. I have already said what they are, forces outside the Earth's surface. Let's look at their classification. The exogenic forces are mainly divided into three, weathering, erosional and depositional activities, and mass movement. Weathering is the disintegration of rocks in a static process which does not include much displacement of rocks. There are three types of weathering, physical, chemical and biological. In the physical weathering, rocks are decomposed and break down by the action of temperature and physical forces. Chemical weathering also does the same thing with the chemical reactions. In biological weathering, rocks are turned to fragments by flora, fauna and other microorganisms. After weathering, the next type of exogenic process is mass movement. Also known as mass wasting, it is the movement of bodies of bedrock, soil, mud and debris as a huge mass which commonly occur at steep slopes. The main reason for these movements is gravitational force which pulls these materials down the slope. Mudslide, landslide, avalanche and so on all come under the mass movement. The mass movements are mainly classified into two groups, slow movements and rapid movements. From their name itself, one can understand that the materials move very slow in slow movement and faster in rapid movement. And finally, we have erosion and deposition processes. Erosion is the process in which surface materials of Earth are removed from one location and transported to another. These transported materials are deposited in suitable places, forming several types of erosional and depositional landforms. There are mainly 5 agents that facilitate the process of erosion: running water or river, groundwater, wind, sea waves, and glaciers. So these are the important geomorphic processes and forces that changes the Earth's surface through the course of time. I hope the video was useful to you. If you enjoyed it, please press the like button, share it to your friends and relatives, and subscribe the channel for more content in the future. Thank you all.
Are you looking for a skill course with certification and job placement assistance for that course? Then Sidhah Edutech is the best platform for you to do so. The main objective of Sidhah is to offer market-relevant skill training to young people in the country by the year 2023. Enrolling in Sidhah will open job opportunities and create space for talent development for our Indian youth. All the skill courses mentioned above have 3-month internship and also provide 3 years placement assistance. For registration and details, contact Sidhah Executive number shown below.